Well, good afternoon.
Y'all know we're Hoovers on the Move. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Carla.
I'm Hudson.
And we are here at the Mississippi Sandhill Crane National Wildlife Refuge. That is a mouthful. And we're going to show you a little bit more about that right after this.
It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Protection plan, yes.
So your name is what?
Joe Smith. But if you notice out there, that's a wet pine savanna. So what you see is what it would have looked like had nature taken its course. So if a fire would have started, it would have, see how that's all open out there? Mm-hmm. That's how it would have looked back in the day. Well, and what happens is when people come in, and if there was a fire, we would put it out.
Right.
So things would get really brushy, and it would get hard to even get through the forest. So like when you came in the service road here, and it's so thick to your right, it's tough to even walk through there.
Right.
That's not the way it should be. It should look like that. So back in '75, with all the development, people moving in, homes being built, development, this bird only had this area, and it does not migrate. One of the biggest things is people come in and they'll say, oh, we see sandhill cranes all the time. Well, they do, but they don't see the Mississippi sandhill. This bird never migrated. It was like the Goldilocks, everything was just right. It didn't have to migrate. It had everything it needed right here. Right. But as things came along, it's not able to fend for itself, and it's a ground nesting bird to begin with, so it's got a lot of things that are trying to take it down. Right. So it's got a battle to begin with, and they'll only lay like 2 eggs a year, and typically only one makes it. So wow. It didn't have a good chance with development, and it got down to just those 5 breeding pair. And they mate for life, so that's it. But anyways, so in '75, when the expressway was coming through, they stopped the expressway, and there was some lawsuits within the different government channels to stop the development until the lands were set aside. So there's 19,200 acres now. So if you look on this map out here, you can kind of see how everything happened. You guys have probably been on Highway 10? Mm-hmm. All right, so you were out here, you're going from east to west, right?
Correct.
Okay, so, and you mentioned Pascagoula, which is, I believe that's Pascagoula right there, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, this would have been the main route where all the, development, shipping and so on, shipbuilding, ports, all the ports, that would have been the busy road. Well, when this came along, that was going to probably be the death sentence for this bird, because it really kind of just stays in Jackson County. Wow. It just never, so it is genetically different than the other cranes. It doesn't breed with the other cranes. There's some things it does different. It doesn't fly very high. Like if they were to come in here right now and they were flying in, they would just barely be over those treetops. And in most cases, they're below them. They're coming through the trees, as big as they are, 7-foot wingspan. Whereas all the other cranes, like what we see in Michigan, or you see them in Nebraska or Texas, they're up there a mile high. I mean, you look up, you can hear them, and it's hard to see them sometimes. So these birds don't do that. They prefer to walk. So they're walking most of the time through here. So we can be sitting here, and just when you think they're gonna fly in here, they'll come in a single file. They'll come through that tall grass. So they're different. They almost got squashed out. So now we're out to about 180 birds. Wow. After all those years. Took that long. What happens is they lay 2 eggs in a good year. Mm-hmm. And the 1 they can handle. 2 they can't handle, but it doesn't happen very, very often that they both would ever survive. So they'll come on site here, the biologist and some of the volunteers, and they will take that other egg and they'll take it over either to Florida or to Louisiana, and they'll raise that. It's not a chick, it's called a colt.
Okay.
And I don't know how they came up with that, but it's a colt. You would think like a horse or a pony,
Right.
but it's a colt. And so they will raise that out of view of humans. They'll wear costumes and interact with it and raise it till it's about 5 months old. Then they bring it back and they put it in that pen out there. And it stays in that pen until it gets used to this area, and the other cranes will fly in. We noticed that this year when we were here in the winter, in the early winter. The other cranes are here, the native cranes, and they all kind of get to know each other, and the 5-month-olds are inside that penned-in area. Then after they get a little used to their surroundings, before they release them, they'll bring in some dogs to see if they're going to be afraid, because they've been raised in captivity.
Right.
So they don't know anything about coyotes or danger. And so we watched them do that. They'll wear, I forget the name of those suits. They're like a camouflage suit, not a jelly suit, but whatever. They got all the snipers will wear them, military. So the people will put those on and then take their dogs out there. And if they get the reaction they want out of the bird, and the bird tries to fly up out of that pen, you know that the bird's going to be afraid of it. So then about another week goes by, then they release them into all of the other habitat here and with all of the other birds that are in this community. So what we typically see is, and there was 4 here earlier, sometimes there's quite a few, and then we go 4 days and not see anything, but they're all banded. I'll see, I think I might have a picture. Oh, here we go. I see they'll have a band on their leg with 3 different colors. So that'll give you 999 combinations. And we can know by looking at that, like we had today was yellow, black, yellow. And we would know by looking at that was Yogi, might be the name that the interns, the college girls that work here gave the bird, or it came with that name already from the facility where they had fledged it. And then on the other leg, there'll be a transmitter. And so we know where they're at all times. So there's a antenna up there, and they're able to monitor them. And where they're at right now, a lot of them is right over here. The wastewater treatment plant out in this area.
Really?
Yeah, because they'll eat anything, and they spray a lot of all the effluent. When you got all your liquids, when you flush the toilet, it's not all solids, a lot of liquids. So when they separate that at the wastewater treatment plant, they have to spray that fluid out. So they spray it out on those big fields of green, and that's where the birds love to go. And they would love to eat probably big grubs and insects more than they want the hard corn that we have in that feeder out there.
Right.
But they come in for that too. So that's why, they know it's like we know where the best restaurant is. They know where to go. So that's where a lot of them are. But we have a lot of them around in here too. So each one of these areas in the red is set aside for them.
Well, that's nice.
Yep. So, had they not done this, we stopped it. But then it didn't take very long, and the expressway continued on.
Yeah, so our park, where we're staying at right now, is like right around here.
Oh, okay.
It's right here where all this water is.
Okay.
And so we get to see everyone, we noticed them.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I found this place.
Did you see any little rings on their leg?
I did. I just didn't know that's what it was for. I figured they were tagged for some reason, but
that's them. Because there's some in the area that aren't marked, because there's some that are natural that have not, they just haven't been caught. And then you'll see some other cranes that are flying through from somewhere else, but they don't breed with these. They're genetically different in some way, they know, and
that's interesting.
Isn't that bizarre? I mean, you would think that, they're so similar. There are what they call a subspecies of crane. So they're cranes, but they're not all exactly the same. Although if you saw them, you'd think that they're all identical, but they're not.
Can you guess the weight of this bird? It literally has the wingspan of 7 feet, which is taller than Mr. Daniel. 72 inches wide. That's huge. Look. It is 10 pounds because remember, bird bones are hollow.
Sheets, color sheets over here. Check that out. Oh, woodpecker.
The snake.
The snake.
These are cloth.
There's your crane.
Oh, there was cloth with puzzles too.
Ta-da. Here's your baby crane. Got some chalk and crayons here.
You know what? It feels like the heat's out there.
It does. It feels a little warm.
It is. I feel it right now. Yeah, sure enough. Oh, just for you, we're gonna turn the air on. Okay, it's gonna be on that screen,
Okay.
on that wall.
No.
The call of the Mississippi Sandhill Crane. Elusive and beautiful. Mysterious and exceedingly rare. For nowhere else on Earth can you hear the call of this magnificent and critically endangered species in the wild than here in their unique and itself endangered Gulf coastal plain habitat. The Mississippi Sandhill Crane National Wildlife Refuge.
Okay, now this place is all set up for cranes, and this one particular crane that they are trying to reestablish it,
Sandhill Crane.
the what?
The Mississippi Sandhill Crane.
So what we're out here doing today is just checking out this place because it's really neat history on this and what Interstate 10 and everything did to this place, and the trying to save these cranes, because like you heard earlier, there was only 5 pair that were actually still left for breeding when they put them on the registry for extinction, and they made up this place, and it was a close one, but they've got a lot more members now to help establish, get eggs and stuff like that to get us some more. So that's what we're out here doing, is
Exploring.
showing off this place, because this place is really neat.
It's beautiful.
And bring your dogs out here, keep them on a leash, and make sure to clean up after them. No drones. The bird might want to have at it. No bicycles on this path here. That's where we're fixing to go. Now as you're coming down through here, you got these little plaques down this walkway. That's a goldberry. And if you can see them right there, got little goldberries on there. If you look across the way over here, it's got a bristle thistle. That's your bristle thistle right there. They have so many different types of plant lives in this place.
This is a whole bunch of saw palmetto, and they've planted it here so that way it's good for the deer and other animals to consume its fruits. The fruit it actually produces, it doesn't have any right now because we're still in February. Looks like this, almost like a grape. It's pretty wild.
We're still in the hunt. We have not located one yet.
The raptors are here.
Still no cranes. We just got a call from the guy, the host Ben over here, and he just hollered at us and told us
Come over here.
they're here. I think we may have found somebody. Hold on.
He just made, that's a new deal. They've been doing the lay down deal in the last couple
Check this
few
out.
days. But I predicted, I knew they'd be here right about closing time. They got hungry and they came up and they've been
4 of
eating.
them that showed up back there.
And, but yeah, there they are.
So we just got through and we're fixing to leave here, and we want to go ahead and send our props out to Ben and Joy.
Woo! Sunglasses. Got bright.
I had to move around over here so they could see us.
I know.
So I had that
But
sun
yes,
beaming in
Ben
there.
and Joy. They are so full of knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's been so fun to sit and chit chat with them and get to know the area.
We left there and we decided that we was hungry. So pizza
Has been acquired.
has been acquired, and we
Look at
stopped
that.
at a local it's a college campus, and we found us a little bench underneath this beautiful tree here, and we're gonna get us some food. Scrumptious.
Guys have enjoyed this type of content. This is kind of the stuff that we do when we're at home, kind of like our home vlogs. So if you like it, please leave a comment down below and let us know. And we're in Mississippi right now, so if you think of something around Mississippi you'd like us to see, tell us, let us know about it. Make sure you're smashing that thumbs up, that you're ringing the bell, and that way you know when we've uploaded a new video. And until next time,
We're Hoovers on the move.
and we're out.
See
ya.